Hello and welcome everyone, Gamora here, and we are back with a brand new episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy 16. So without further ado, let's play. Okay, so we have that one side quest left to do. I think I saw it on the map. So we don't have to go back to the hideout. We can let's just teleport straight there.
It's true.
Must be the same one.
Burn to the ground.
I wish actually, is there like a list of, quests that we've been doing? Yeah, there's a list, I suppose, but they're not numbered. I suppose they don't want to spoil it, but it'd be nice to know how many there were. But I guess it is pretty hard to miss them.
The
So
tavern. It's done for.
I, I'm doing the side quests as they pop up, because sometimes, like if you like advance the main story, sometimes side quests tend to disappear in some of these newer RPGs, and I guess some of the old ones as well. So almost have to do them if we want to
I've
do
seen your
them.
face before. You're a friend of Martha's. Help us, I beg you.
Help you with what?
Bandits in the Golden Stables. They're waving their swords around. I think they're gonna kill someone. When I saw what was happening, I slipped out the back. I should have stayed, but oh, please help them.
Yeah, I think for now I'm going to be uploading these episodes for now, and
All right.
holding off on some of the
I'll
other
see to your
ones.
problem.
Thank you.
How many were there?
I was out of the door too fast to count. They looked a nasty bunch, though. Be careful in there, all right?
Yeah, you should watch it from the beginning, Fudge. I mean, I was hooked. First, you know, 2 to 3 hours, I was hooked. Story wise and gameplay wise as well. Usually, the story is what hooks me in RPGs, as long as the combat is acceptable. Like, I think, I don't think I'd be hooked by awesome gameplay for like a shit story.
Golden Stables, my ass. All Martha's hiding back
Usually the
here
other way
is
around.
coppers.
Yeah, the first 6 episodes should be uploaded on YouTube, so you can watch those if you want.
Oh, that's a fine sword, friend. Heavy, though, I expect. What say we relieve you of it?
Are we gonna fight inside the building? Oh, cool.
Get him, lads. I want that blade. Let's get this over with.
Yeah, these guys didn't know what hit him. Dude hasn't even hit the ground yet. Okay, he hit the ground once, unfortunately. I couldn't kill him fast enough. Might as well use the abilities. We have them. What a painful way to die. I think I don't know if I mentioned this to you, Fudge, but I did change my schedule for streaming to Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Um, we kind of broke the schedule because of Final Fantasy 16 coming out. But with only streaming those 3 days, I should be able to
I'll be keeping my blade, thank you.
take a bite of my backlog of episodes that
There
I
he
haven't
is,
uploaded.
the hero of the Golden Stables.
So hopefully I can catch
People
up
think twice about pushing us around again, thanks to you.
and maybe,
Lucky
finish
you're
Dragon
nearby.
Quest 11 and Final Fantasy 10
Cowards wouldn't
too.
have dared set foot in the place if I'd been here, of course.
But you weren't. I thought you told me you had someone watching the place.
The Blood Axes keep an eye on the tavern, yeah. When they're not busy keeping the peace, that is. I've spread them as thin as they'll go. The Empire might be in charge, but that don't mean they care to keep us safe. If it weren't for the Blood Axes and me, merchants won't come near these lands for fear of what might happen to them.
I see. Then you do Rosaria a great service.
Just as you did today. You're a useful man to have around. Here.
And there'll be a mug of something tasty waiting for you whenever you next stop by.
Right, we've got work to do to make this place presentable. You best be going before I arm you with a mop.
right. And I think that was the last side quest that was available to us, unless some other ones pop up for some reason. You forgot about those games, Fudge? I didn't forget about them. They've been weighing down on me. Dragon Quest 11,
There he is, the man of the hour.
Final Fantasy X-2, Final Fantasy 12, Octopath Traveler. Probably something else that I'm forgetting. I mean, we also have Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. I started both of those. Although I think we're almost done with Tears of the Kingdom. And now we have this game. It'll just get worse and worse if we don't, can't, stick to a, I would say stick to a schedule, but streaming less is helping me upload those episodes that have just been in the backlogs forever.
Well, 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 someone's in a hurry.
Just following orders.
Funny, I never took you for the type.
Can't all be as obedient as you, Gav.
Eh?
Fine day for a little mischief, wouldn't you say?
Is this all of us?
Actually, Gav won't be coming.
Just the three of us, then?
Drakeshead is the keystone of the Empire. Oriflamme's in chaos, yes, but that doesn't mean we can march an army through her gates. The fewer our numbers, the better our chances of going unnoticed. And should that plan fail, well, we have our icons to fall back on.
Sid, I don't know if I can. Ifrit still seems to come and go as he pleases.
Ordinarily, priming an icon comes naturally to a dominance. But then, you are no ordinary dominance.
Well, he's still got the blessing of the Phoenix, doesn't he?
Not to mention what he sucked out of Garuda. And did I ever tell you about how he was once the greatest shield in Rosaria? You know, I reckon he could probably cut us a path out of the capital on his own if need be.
Let's try not to find out.
We're less likely to be spotted if we travel separately. I'll meet you in Northreach in a few days. You two behave now.
What does he mean by that? Soon to be on to Final Fantasy 13 Trilogy and then Final Fantasy 15. Well, we are at the end of Final Fantasy X-2. So, I mean, if I could beat the final boss, that's like probably another hour. Might have to do some grinding, unfortunately. Final Fantasy 12 is a pretty long game, or as long as, any RPG is. And we're still pretty early in that game. But yeah, I
So,
suppose after that, the
We're
trilogy.
meeting in Northreach. And will I find Sid and Jill before this dame finds me?
Which, I really don't hate. I liked Final Fantasy 13
But how did
and
the grocer know
13
his
Part
daughter
2.
had been stealing?
I don't know about, the other one. Lightning Returns, 13 Part 3. Kind of wild that Final Fantasy 13 is the game that Square Enix said, yes, let's make a trilogy out of that game.
Been off to the vineyard to see the lad.
But they don't do that often, right? I mean, you had what? Final Fantasy X had two. A sequel, pretty much. And Final Fantasy 13 is the only one with a trilogy. And Final Fantasy X is the only one with a sequel. Everything else has just been a one-off game. Unless you count, like, Final Fantasy VII
safe
with
to
all
ride
their
to Northreach
spin-offs,
now?
Dirge of Cerberus and Crisis Core. I suppose you can. They're not direct trilogies. You never got far into Final Fantasy 13, so you have no idea why they did a trilogy. Well, I beat the first two. 13 and 13 part 2. I mean, I can see story-wise why they did a trilogy. I don't know if it was popular enough and sold enough to deserve a trilogy or even a sequel. Yeah. From what I hear, I think they wanted a new mascot for the Final Fantasy brand. Because as of now, the only mascot that I can think of for Final Fantasy is Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. And I think they wanted to make Lightning another mascot for the series. And I don't know if you remember, but when that game came out, I think they used Lightning as like it was so weird. Like they used her as like a model, like to sell clothes, I think. Was it like Versace or something? Or it was like some fancy brand of clothing. And they used her, likeness to sell clothes. She was like on she was like advertising clothing or something. I don't know. I didn't hate Lightning. She's, she's cold. I don't know if she's annoying. I didn't get that impression from her. But she's definitely like not loving and very cold to her friends. But she helps them out. You can see that she cares for them. You'd rather have Steiner as a mascot? That'd be hilarious. Dude, I don't know what's going on with that Final Fantasy IX remake, but if it came out, soon, I'd play Final Fantasy IX again. That game was awesome. Even if it's like an HD 2D remake, I'd play it.
The soldiers used to speak of a brothel, but that was north of the checkpoint.
I mean, even if we just beat it, and I'd still play it again.
The Dame has friends in the south.
Okay, we're in the right place.
What did you say was in these pies again?
Northreach.
I simply can't decide. I'll just have to take them all.
Now, personally, I thought Steiner was annoying. At least for like the a decent chunk of the beginning of the game. When he started, becoming more reasonable with Zidane. He was a pretty cool dude. But before that, man, was he annoying.
Oh, however do they get that color?
He was annoying, but he made you laugh. That's true. He was pretty funny. With his rusty armor.
My lady.
A moment. I doubt you could afford even that much of my time. Branded.
My mistake.
No, mine. Upon reflection, you don't have the scent of a branded about you. The flowers. Otto always did know how to please me. More than Sid ever did anyway. Do you think you could please me, Clive?
How does she know my name?
You're the Dame.
Let us leave such impersonal titles to my less preferred clientele.
Is a dame a prostitute?
You can call me Isabel. Otto assured me I could trust you. I can trust you, can't I?
You can trust me, yes, but why would you?
Help you? Because that's what we do. Long ago, Sid did me a kindness when no one else would. I have never forgotten that. Without it,
I would not be where I am today. And so, I make it a point to do the same whenever possible.
If only people acted like
Which
this in real
brings
life,
us here,
the world would be a much better place.
to the final obstacle between you and whatever it is you seek in the holy capital. I fear the guards are not likely to let a masterless bearer pass unmolested. Unless... Unless, of course, his master deigned to appear. Yes, that will do nicely.
Hey,
But I shall expect a favor in return.
thanks for coming to the stream, Fudge.
What?
Have a good rest of your day, man. Where is Jill? Oh, there. Oh. Did she disappear? Oh, here's Torgal.
Each one is handcrafted from
Is she going to be my master in this case? Let's see what this
And
merchant's
what
got
can I
for
do
us.
for you?
Nothing new, nothing new. Probably just some... Oh, right here. This is new. More crafting. Man, this music is so expensive.
And a fine, fine day to
the
you.
fruit's not getting any
Let's see
fresher.
if Jill is going to be our master. Or maybe it's going to be her, Isabel.
What the hell are you doing?
Tut tut. We cannot have people thinking I tolerate disobedience from my branded.
The men who gave me this are no more my masters than you are. But it's not as if I can hide it.
From the moment you acquired it, that brand has done naught but take. But today, it is going to give you exactly what you want. Just play along.
Oh, I guess Jill's not with us, or else she wouldn't make it in.
Madame, back to the Vale already?
But of course, we must make ready to welcome you, my dear.
And who might this be?
Why, my new escort. The streets aren't safe for a girl, what with all the royalists about.
Well, don't work him too hard.
Well, that rather depends on you now, doesn't it? I'll see you all at sunset.
Oi, hold up. Another fucking branded. Well, you're lucky you're with the dame. Now get out of my sight, filth.
That wasn't so bad.
Wasn't so bad. They might have recognized me.
But they didn't. And even if they had, they wouldn't have done anything about it. The gentlemen of the garrison are some of my best customers. We have an arrangement, as do you and I. Now, if you'd care to follow me, we can speak more at the Vale.
I wonder how Jill and Sid are going to make it
Doesn't
past this
seem like I
gate.
have much of a choice.
Well, I don't know how Jill's going to make it, but knowing Sid, he's probably got some shortcut. So let's see, nothing in here at the moment. No shops that we have access to. I guess let's just continue on with the main story for now.
And if anyone requests her company, tell them she is feeling unwell.
Madame, you look stunning.
As do you, my dear.
Yep, this is a brothel.
Shall I have one of the girls draw a bath?
That won't be necessary. Clive, my darling. Welcome to the Vale.
That looks like a brothel if I've ever seen one. Oh, you know what? We should probably save it. Been a while since I saved it. Oh, hold on. New abilities. Forgot about this. You use L3 and R3 when limit break is filled to semi-prime, improving battle performance for a short period of time. I wonder what the upgrade does. Didn't really say. I think it's just more damage, right? Ignition. An attack while charged, inflicting multiple hits and forcing the enemy back. Can be used in midair. That's cheap. Let's get it. Summon a storm of fireballs that circle about Clive, damaging nearby targets while also absorbing damage. Sure, why not? And what else? What else? What else? Oh, I guess we should get this, right? And then let's get this one just so we have jump back, then deliver a punishing counter. Wonder how we're supposed to do the jump back. Yeah, we might as well get these abilities that we don't have. Alright, so now we have at least all the abilities that we can. They're not upgraded, but we have the ability to use any of them. I guess it's a good thing that we've been just kind of not using our ability points. We could have wasted them before we got our new semi-priming ability with Ifrit.
Thank you for seeing me through the gates, my lady. I am in your debt.
Well, that was the whole point, wasn't it? And I told you, it's Isabel. Whatever wound you so tight, I wonder. It's certainly not Sid's influence.
You, mentioned a favor. What is it you'd have me do? I don't want to keep my companions waiting.
If you mean Sid and the girl, you needn't worry. They have yet to reach the checkpoint. Yes, Otto asked me to help them as well. But to answer your question, I need you to find someone for me. One of my girls. Tatienne has been gone for several days now, having left no word of explanation. And I've begun to fear the worst.
I feel as if I've spent my whole life searching for people. No, I can't say I'm any good at it.
I trust you'll do your best. Oh, and take this.
Oh, another seal. Moon and stars.
Proof of that trust. And hopefully enough to keep prying eyes from looking too closely at that handsome face of yours. Now, I have matters to attend to at the Iron Flagon. If you find anything, ask for me there.
Oh, she's even going to give us money for the quest. I guess it's not just a favor.
I should probably start here.
Oh, some side... Oh, man, lots of side quests. Alright, let's start with this, though.
You wear the dame's brooch. She must trust you.
Enough to have me look for one of your colleagues. A woman by the name of Tatienne.
She's still missing then? Oh, if only I'd comforted her.
You saw her before she disappeared.
The day before. She was in tears. She'd lost her comb, a gift from the dame. It wasn't anything fancy, but you could tell it meant the world to her. You see, Tatienne was an orphan, and she looked upon the dame as a mother, as do we all.
So she was upset.
And I didn't lend her my shoulder. But perhaps someone else did. Tatienne shared a room. Her chambermaid may have seen something. She's over there, sitting by the pond.
Thank you. Let's see what her chambermaid can tell us then.
Oh, man. I'm not looking forward to doing these side quests. We did so many today. Wonder if we can put them off till tomorrow.
So you're the new escort the girls have been talking about. And you've already been sent off on an errand, eh? Poor boy. You'll be knackered before the real work begins later on tonight.
I'm told you share a bedchamber with Tatienne. Did she say anything to you before?
Before she went missing. Only that she needed to meet with someone. She did mention a name, but I know exactly who she meant.
You do?
Lad from the garrison. Annoying little shit. Spent every guil he earned on Tatienne, and picked fights with anyone else who tried to buy her time. Followed her around like a lost puppy. Tatienne was flattered at first, but it didn't take long for her to get scared. She thought about saying something. But the Dame was so proud of her for how much she was bringing in, and she didn't want to let her down.
This man from the garrison. Did you ever see him?
Of course I did. He tried to sneak into our room enough times. Slimy sod's got a scar over one eye. Claims he got it in battle.
You've been very helpful.
Don't let him get away with this. Find him, and you'll find her.
Looks like somebody knew where she was the whole time.
Seems a trip to the barracks is in order.
Let's go and accept all these side quests.
I haven't seen you around the
Some
Vale
of them might be easy. I don't know if we can just like leave. I mean, I suppose I don't know if we could just walk in and out. When there's no obelisk that we found at the moment.
You there?
So we can't just
the
teleport
gentleman
back
with
in.
the sword? I cannot help but notice you bear the moon and stars. So you are an associate of the Dames?
No, she's the reason we have all
Might I
these
trouble
side
you for some
quests.
assistance? You'll be rewarded, of course.
And who exactly would I be assisting?
Oh, forgive me. I am Etienne, a humble merchant, though fortunate enough to count the Dame among my acquaintances. I have business beyond these walls, but the guards have grown somewhat suspicious of my comings and goings of late. I was hoping someone might be kind enough to go in my stead. And who better than someone in the employ of the Vale's proprietress? Would you be willing to help a fellow in his hour of need?
Oh, we gotta leave. Well, I guess we can go in and out as we please, or else the side quest wouldn't be available to us.
Why not?
Marvelous. The task is simple enough. Pass through the gate and deliver packages to a few of my most valued clients. There are 3 in total. A grocer, an apothecary, and a distiller. You need only mention that the items you carry are fresh from the master's table.
Nothing dangerous, I hope.
Why, of course not. Merely trifles which folk beyond the checkpoint are keen to get their hands on. And though I cannot prevent you from peeking, I advise that you don't. Strongly advise.
I don't like this guy. Like he might get me in trouble. Let's go, but at least the quest is easy, right outside the walls. Let's go and accept the other 2 before we start any of them. We're actually talking to the guard.
Sergeant's got it in for us two. As if either of us needs to brush up on our
Oh,
sword
can we just kill them? Is that what it's gonna be?
He wouldn't doubt
A little
our
sword training.
Where's your commanding officer branded? Don't you know the training grounds are for real soldiers?
Well, you lost or something? Sorry, but the Imperial Guard's got no use for your kind. The infantry always needs more bodies, though.
I'm just passing through.
Don't bloody believe it. The bastard's wearing the moon and stars.
That'll be why he's strutting about like he owns the place.
The Dame laughed when we offered her our protection. You reckon this prick's really worth a couple of the Emperor's finest?
I dare say there's ways of finding out. How about it, Branded? Care to show us how you earned that brooch?
I'd rather not.
Oh, no doubt. Only chivalrous souls that we are, Robin and I need to know the Dame's being properly looked after.
Well, if you want to die, pride comes before the fall. Perfect name for this quest.
If it'll put your mind at ease.
Oh, and just so you know, I won't be holding back.
I wonder if I have to hold
suggest
back.
you don't either.
I guess not.
Take a moment to get ready if you need it. Wouldn't want you whining about an unfair fight.
Okay, let's go and accept the other quest. I guess this one's pretty easy. We just do it right here. All right, so once we talk to him, I imagine it's going to start.
Heard the bones fell favorably.
Let's go start this one.
I don't know how a bearer came by the moon and stars, but thank goodness I found you. Can I trust you to be discreet?
About what?
About this. About what I wish to ask of you. About the fact that I, a humble creature, assist the Dame of the Vale in her endeavors. As unlikely as it may seem, there are those within the upper echelons of Samberquois society who find the Empire's treatment of bearers to be barbaric.
All right. But what do you want from me?
This town is carried upon the backs of its bearers, and yet many would see their servants starve. Not for the want of coin, simple fare cost little more than a pittance, but to revel in the suffering of others, a simple act of cruelty. Contemptible though it is, my countrymen would sooner cut off their noses to spite their faces than see their bearers fed. And despite my best attempts at secrecy, my efforts to dole out comestibles have been noticed. Which brings me to my request. The brand upon your cheek affords you a certain freedom, a freedom I could sorely use.
Man, I've mentioned that some of these side quests are not very long. But, I mean, some of them are so short it takes longer to just hear the dude out. But I must say that it's nice that even the side quests are voice acted.
Fine. What do you need me to do?
Oh, thank you. An extra meal may not seem like much, but it will make all the difference. Here, deliver these, but keep them hidden. Quickly now. What food I can provide goes where the need is greatest. And today that happens to be the barracks. 3 bearers, overworked and underfed, not permitted a moment's rest.
It's no wonder so many die before their time.
Tragic, true, but do not let anger make you careless. People will view this act of mercy as an undermining of the Empire's authority. Be discreet for both our sakes, and for the sake of those we feed. Oh, and when you're finished, a word in the ear of one of the Dame's girls would be appreciated.
You won't be staying then?
I'm afraid not. I'm expected back in the capital, and have already risked much speaking with you this long.
Man, a lot of this doesn't make any sense. I mean, they treat these guys as slaves, but you think you might want to feed them if you want them to work.
The crystal's curse is
Obviously,
bad
they
enough.
can't work.
We can't let people starve as well.
And if you want them to keep being slaves and doing the work you want them to do, as awful as that sounds, you got to at least feed them from time to time.
Heard the bones fell favorably.
Alright, so now we have all 3 quests. And so let's do those before the main quest, and then hopefully not too many more pop up. Hello everyone, Gamora here. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and if you did, I would greatly appreciate a sub and a like. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.